with the Messy Craft Corner. We are live on YouTube, you guys. You get to see so much more. It's like you're so far away than when you are on Facebook. But that's okay. That's okay. So I'm waiting for some friends to come and visit with me so that I can ask you guys a question about these two beautiful photos they're vintagey, you guys. They're very vintagey. So let's see. Am I able to share this while I'm live? Share. You're live. Okay, we got Marilyn Whiting and Rebecca Smith and Mary Harris. Hello, ladies. Okay, so there's three of you here. There's three I see. You guys want to tell me which of these two photos? Hi, Margaret. There's a couple of you here now. Which of these two photos do you like best for what I'm going to do today? Now, let me tell you. I'm going to use a technique that was taught to me by my friend Michelle at the Vintage Daisy. Hello, Diana Barker. And we're going to create a journal using these as our covers. So I was going to do this for the Junk Journal Jamboree, and I decided not to, you guys. I decided to do this at a later date. So, sorry. Let's go down a little bit. I decided to do it at a later date just so that way, you guys could have, I just wanted to bring a little something different over here to YouTube. So, this was the kit that was given to us, and I still have a bunch of the papers laying here. So I thought, why not? So, Twisted Paper Studio. Let me see if I can tag her. Oh, that's right. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I'll have to tag her afterwards. I don't think I can. Yep, I don't think I can. That's okay. So Twisted Paper Studio, you guys, and here were some of the pieces, the ephemera and stuff from it. But I do like some of the papers that kind of match this. So tell me in the comments, which do you like? Do you like the lady that's all by herself? Or do you like the unhappy wedding couple? So lady, unhappy wedding couple. Just let me know what you like. And then we might use some of this. These are some of the papers that I double printed for inside, and I think we can really make those work. Here's another one that we double printed. Here's something else we could use. So I have some options here of things that I can use for this little journal. And we can also pull in some from another collection, but basically these items here, these are from the one kit from the Twisted Paper Studio. So let's see. The lady. You guys just like the lady? Okay, well, hello to everyone. Welcome to live chat. Remember our guard, your privacy. Yep, got that. Okay, good afternoon, Debbie. So you guys decided, for the ones that are here, that you want to see me do this with the lady. Okay, so I have two lace choices for this as well. And I was kind of thinking this would be for her if you guys chose it. And this more bridal veil stuff would be for this one. So since we're going with this, I'm going to go ahead and use that. And we're going to set this to the side. And then I have some other papers and stuff, some junk stuff that we're going to pull out. And we're just going to make kind of that junk journal. Okay, so I feel like you can see everything. Everything is beautiful. Okay. Thank you guys for I don't have to say that in here, for sharing. So, this is a technique that I saw the Vintage Daisy do, and she did it with some little itty bitty playing cards. And I thought, what a good way to also do it with this. If you don't have some pretty lace that you want, you could always get some at Hobby Lobby, or, you can totally do this and use paper. Just make a paper hinge for the cover and take it away from there. So let me get some. This is 110-pound cardstock, you guys. So it's a little bit heavier of a cardstock, and we're going to use it to create a back that's the exact same size as this. So this is 4 1/4, and it's 4 1/4 by 6.5. So 6.5. Did I say 6.5? A Jimmy Lou. Yeah, 6.5 by 4.25. So we got 6.5. Now watch this little trick here. This is going to be our back cover piece. But if I lay this on here, if I score this at 4.25, it's going to score it directly in half. And check this out. So we can now take this piece. We have to do a little trim work there. And we can create a pocket that the back cover, because that's what this is going to be. It's the front cover. The back cover can now become a pocket. So let's do that. Let's take that little, there's just that little hair that, oh, I hate when that happens. That looks good. Okay, so what's everybody been doing today? I just spent the day with my granddaughter, and I'm like so excited about it. So look, I have this that we can add as part of this. And I'm going to do some cutting, but you're going to see me do some tearing as well. But I do like this as part of this. So this was 4.25, so we need 4 by 6.25. So let's just cut it 6.25 by 4. And this was a printable from the Twisted Paper Studio, you guys. And we're just going to mat this on here like that. Look at that. That's going to be so pretty. And that can either be our inside or our outside. It won't really matter. We're going to cover the other side too. So let me just see. What do I want to use? Well, we have this one. Look at this. This is kind of like a letter. It looks like it was maybe crumpled up. So we can do 4 inches by 6.25. Right? And then this can be for the back side. So we can do this on the inside part, this on the outside part, and that's going to look really, really kind of pretty. Okay, so let's do this. Well, I thought that was going to work out, but it won't. Yeah, that'll work out. Okay, so if I put the opening that it's to the right, that's going to get sandwiched in there for the lace, okay? Anybody have any questions so far? There are 11 of you in here. I'm excited. Your granddaughter is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. She looks like her mom and grandma. I know, wasn't she so precious? If you don't know what they're talking about, over on my Facebook page, my 3-week-old granddaughter made her first live debut, which was kind of fun for everyone to get to see her. It was the first time that they actually got to see her and not a partially obstructed picture. And it was just a lot of fun. So I was excited that my daughter said yes. I wasn't sure she was going to say yes. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome. MNC Treasures over on Facebook. I don't know. If you guys have a YouTube, feel free to tag your YouTube, your tutu page, your YouTube page. All right, so we're going to create a pocket here. So we're just going to go down here. Whoops. Down one side and across the bottom. Okay. Just like that. Fold it up. This is going to be our outside. This is going to be our inside. Hopefully. Yes. You have me on the big screen. Patty has me on the big screen. You guys are funny. That just seems so funny to me about putting me on a big screen. I'm a movie star. I'm big time influencer now that you guys are popping me on big screens. So you could do a thumb notch if you want to. I actually am going to plan to put something in there that has some lacy stuff popping off the top so you'll know it's a pocket. But if you don't know that it's a pocket, then you can. Okay, so we're going to create this. We're going to make this a book cover. This is going to be our junk journal is going to be this. Now I have this lace. So we're going to add this lace along like here. Okay, just like so. And then we're going to add this lace along the back side of that. And that's what's going to create our book cover. So tell me in the comments, how many of you have ever created a book cover using an old vintage photo? So even if you're watching on the replay, tell us. We want to know. Inquiring minds, they got to know, you guys. All right, so, whoops, I bumped it. I feel like I almost should glue it down and then cut it off, but we're good. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to trim this off. I left my fabric scissors in the other room, you guys. So, and this is just some vintage lace that I picked up somewhere. I threw it into a fabric bath and we dyed it up, and it got really pretty. So I'm happy with that. So once we get this glued on here and we see what it looks like, then we'll kind of decide if we want to put one signature or two signatures in. So not yet. I got these at a at a flea market, and I'm like super excited. I think I want to offer some kits using some of them, because I'm never going to use them all. Let's see. Doesn't really matter. All right, so let's put this in place just along there like that. And the reason I picked this to match this kit, or this is because, see how this is like kind of that reddish, and the writing is kind of that reddish that matches the, so that's why I went with that. Okay, so if I do this one in the same kind of like place where that is, we could get two smaller signatures or one large signature on this spine. I think I'm going to just go with the two, because we can get one before this spine or before this crease and one after that crease. They just won't be as big, if you know what I'm talking about. If you just don't know what I'm talking about, I'm still trying to get used to these live chats. I'm just the extra, I think. I could be the extra, I don't know. So let's just go down along here. Make sure that your opening is at the top. And we're just going to drop this into place right there. Okay. And just let that go. And we're just going to let that sit and dry for a few minutes. And so that'll be our inside. This is our back cover. And I just think this is turning out really pretty so far. Tell me what you think. What do you guys think so far? I'm liking it. And I think like this pendant even would look cute on here. I don't know. Her piece in the center. Do you guys see that? You'd like a picture of blonde-haired twin sisters. Marilyn Whiting. I don't know if I have that. Hey, Guided Creations is in the house, you guys. She has some amazing printables you can check out over on her Etsy that I'm sure would go great with some of these. So, I'm not taking credit for this. Let me just tell you, my friend Michelle at the Vintage Daisy, she first did this style using this, but she had little playing cards, and I just kind of took her spine thing that she did and adapted it for this. So now this is going to get some junky papers inside of that spine, and we're going to see if we can't make some things happen. Let's see if we can't shake and bake it. Okay, so here's a piece here from that kit. Now I have to tell you, if I fold this in half, it is going to stick out way past. See that? So we would have to tear this down. So let me just tell you, I think my best bet for tearing this down is going to be to just tear this lady off of here. I told you there was going to be some ripping happening in this today. So let's just rip that on down, right? And then we can take this part here. Let's rip this across here. Okay, and we're going to rip it across here. So this is going to be more of like a skinny style of what we have going on for inside the junk journal. Okay. So just like that, it's just gonna, I'm gonna let it be, let it live and let live, I say. Okay. But if we do this one and we tear it, this is going to be the perfect size. So if you have like the tall, skinny things, that is perfect for this. So let's just fold this in half. And I like to rip it. Sing it with me, you guys. And this is just copy paper. And we're gonna, whoops. We're gonna just tear it on up. These printables I'm using here, they're from my friend at the Twisted Paper Studio. There we go. And she's a pretty amazing artist as far as her kits and stuff. She has a really good eye. You can follow her for lots of tips and things like that. Okay, so just look at how like uneven that looks and stuff, but how amazing that will look inside of the journal, like so, right? We can do something similar with this. And so right now I'm just ripping and getting things to the right size for in the pages, right? For in the books. This I don't have to worry about too much because, and it's okay if it does just what it did there. Because we can figure out what's going in which part of the book, which signature. Hi, Ganilla. Hello, Debbie Fritz. Hello, everyone that's getting here. I'm so glad that you're all here. And let's go along the bottom down here. So even if I was only doing one section in this book, it would look really sweet. Okay, so there we go. And again, if you're just getting here, I took an old vintage photo and I cut it back. And I pulled some of the papers and stuff from the kits that we used before. And I'm just looking to see, these are all, like, they're the tags. We can use some of the tags in this. Okay, we're good. All right. And I have some of these pieces here. We can actually use those for pockets. So we're just going to continue on. All right, what's everybody saying? Ganilla is here. I can look and see. I think I have like sisters, but I don't think they're blonde. I think you can probably almost tell. Okay, I tore that off, but see how that has that date on the top up there? I want to keep that. Because whether I use it in this journal or another one, it's a date, okay? All right, so look at, we have, here's 2 and 2. Wait, there was a second one. Here it is. So we have 2 and 2 that will fit, you know, inside of this. I'm probably going to do about 6 pages of each, just because. Some of these are not double-sided printed, and that's okay. They don't have to be. Because we can use other papers as well. So some of the other papers I might pull out to use would be this from the Paper Studio is Ephemera. This is actually a really pretty paper pad that you can mix and match with other things. Like perhaps this. And what else do we got here? This would be good for in here. Another paper pad that would be good for this is this one here. Wait, hold on, it's here somewhere. I have too many paper pads out, you guys. This one here is called Country Road, and it has a lot of kind of vintage stuff that you might see in the country. Now, this is a little bit lighter. It's not it's paper. It's not, wait, my words. It's paper, it's not cardstock. So, and I'll show you kind of what I'm thinking I might do here. I'm pulling some pinks and some blues and some other colors. Now, if I don't use all these, it's okay, right? Let's see, what did that say? It's your first time watching me live on YouTube? Awesome. Who else is it their first time? You're loving it so far. Yeah, who else is it their first time? Okay, so I'm just gonna, we got these. I don't want my pages to be any bigger than 4 inches out. Just because I don't want things sticking too far out. I'm okay with up and down. So if they are a little more than the 6 inches, that's okay. So let me just show you. This is cardstock. So if I fold this, let's see, if I put this in here and I score it at 4 inches, if I can find my score tool, it's here somewhere, I promise. If I score it at 4 inches, I can fold this, right? And then I can trim this off at 4 inches, okay? Can trim it off at 4 inches. And then we can do some ripping and tearing or whatever we like, or we can just do it just like this. So this is 12 by 12. So I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it. Some of it's going to be torn. Some of it's going to be cut. I'm doing it right at 6 inches. So this can go in one signature. This can go in the other signature. So we got one signature and we got 2 signatures. Now, what about the back side, you're probably wondering. So then we can mat those up. Okay, so if they're 4 inches, we can do 3 3/4, right? And then we did 6 inches, so 5 3/4, right? And then on the back sides of these, we can mat this up and it'll just look really pretty. And if we do 2 of them, it'll be uniform. For in this signature, okay, so we have to remember to glue those in, right? And then we have this signature here, where that card is. Now listen, here's where you can use some vintage like book paper, right? So here's some vintagey book paper that we can do. Well, let's do this. We can do 5 3/4 high, right? And then we need 3 3/4 wide. Just scan, I scan to make sure there's no like sweary words. And then I can take this and I can use this as part of that too. Now, what else I can do, because I have just the one, is we can rip it. So we can rip it, you guys, and put them on each outer edge of this, and then we can do something with the paper on the inner part of that. So let's just cut this down to 5 3/4, and then we can do 3 3/4. Have I lost anybody yet? Are you guys still with me? Oh, I only needed one. That's okay. So we can just rip this in half as well. And then just do this, right? Because it's going to be on each side of the signature anyways. Look at how pretty that will be. It's your first time too? Okay, so see how that just kind of splits it? That's going to be in the signature. Now listen, I can't lose my signature pieces, you guys. I think I've already lost one. Oh, it's over here. So let's just glue these down. Oh, my glue sprung a spring in the springtime. Oh my gosh, I had the best time with my daughter, my granddaughter today, but I am tired, you guys. I'm tired. I'm not joking with you. Like, whew, that's why we have kids when we're young. We don't do it when we're older because, hello, it's a lot. Oh, geez, I have glue all on the back side of that. It's okay, it'll dry. It's because it went up in the air, is what happened. So who has grandbabies? Anybody have grandchildren that you want to talk about? Now's the time you can brag up about your grandbabies. This is my first. She's so sweet. You want to see what she looks like? Head over to Facebook and see the video from today, from this morning. My daughter gave everybody a sneak peek. All right, so we're just overlapping that, okay? So then it has, you know, the cardstock piece on the front and that on the inside. All right. So there we go. We have those pieces. And it's looking good, you guys. Who thinks it's looking good? So you can even take smaller pieces like these. So let's just do this 3 3/4. And I don't think I did. So for this one here, we did this. Okay, here's 2 of these that we can put into this signature. If we take some of that, like the heavier cardstock here, and we cut it to, wait, what did we cut them at? We scored it at 4. That's what we did. So we can cut this down to 8, you guys. Cut it to 8, score it at 4, cut it at 6, so that you have 1 for 1 book. Right, for 1 signature, and here's the other side for this signature, right, like so. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do 1 more here, but we're gonna do it because well, I think we're gonna do 1 more each. Let's see when we put them in here, how fat is it making? It's making it pretty fat, you guys. You have 4 grandsons ages 7 and under. Oy, ay, ay. A granddaughter who's almost 3. Oh, aren't they just the sweetest? Don't you just love the grand? So see how it's already like it's holding its shape is what I like to call it. So, but we can take, let's see. Let me just take a look here and see. We got this and this. That's glued down. And we have this and we have this. So this needs something on this side. So let's just take a piece of, you know, I don't know, barnwood, right? And let's cut it to, if we do 5 3/4, it's got to go this direction so that it does look like the shiplap up and down. So 5 3/4, and then we're going to do 3 3/4. One for one side, 3 3/4 for the other side. It's going to look good on that. And then this piece here, we can actually take this, we can fold this in half like so, right? That's 6 inches, but we only need 4. So if we put this to the 4 like this, we can kind of fold this back like so to 2 inches there. We can fold this one back to match. And then we can create a little pocket on this signature and just do some matting on this part right here. So, and then we can use, we have tags and stuff we can cut out with this. But we just take a piece of this strawberry paper, strawberry leg paper. And this one is going to go in this signature over here. I'm going to tuck it in this one. Okay, and then we're going to just see where we're at. Okay, so we need 5 3/4. Let's go this direction. 5 3/4, and then because that was 2 inches, we just need 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. Let me check my what we have going on here in a second, so we could put this here. Oh geez, it should have been higher. That's because I didn't cut this down. To 6 inches. That's why. Now it'll work. There we go. There we go. All right, so here's this one. And we got to just figure out where we're going to stick this one. I think we're just going to put it right in there. And it's going to look pretty. So let's see what our conversation is happening. 4 grandsons. I already read that. Hanging out while I finish my ocean-themed journal. Awesome! You're welcome. So glad that you guys are here joining me over on YouTube. You guys, don't be afraid to re-watch the video so that you can see where to glue something, put something, do all of the things, okay? But listen, most importantly, tell your friends to come give it a watch. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button, because, you know, we can, I want to start hanging out with you guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evening, and an occasional Friday, more in the nighttime on Friday. But I had some friends from a long time ago. Cynthia, the other day, I had some old time friends pop in. No kidding. That was last Friday, which was kind of fun. So, okay, so we have this. Then on the inside here, we can just add something kind of like decorative and stuff. And I think we're pretty much going to have done what we need done. So we need 5 3/4. And then 3 3/4, 3 3/4. Okay. All right, let's see what we need to glue and all the things. All right. So let's take a walk through. We have this pretty nice and straight torn. We got nice and straight. Let's glue these down. And I have some hem paper and things that I want to add to this as well. So we're going to see what we can have going here, okay? Oh, awesome, Ganilla. So tell me in the comments, are you guys liking the whole YouTube experience? I know it's not quite like Facebook, but it still can be quite the experience here, right? Okay, so how many is in that? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there's 4 in this section. 4 in this section. What do we got in this section? 1, 2. What did I do there? Something's... Okay. We're just going to have to glue some things down. So we have these 2 here. I have 8 grandchildren. Awesome. Wait. 8 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren. Awesome. I know, right? It's been a minute. If you don't know what we're talking about, Cynthia and I used to be in a Bible journaling group together. That's where we actually met. And you know, some things happen, and you know, people don't always treat each other nicely and stuff. So, you know, you make executive decisions to leave. And But you still maintain some friendships there. And I gotta tell you, Julie was in here from Australia. Remember Julie from Australia? I can't remember her last name. And she was like, she missed us so much. And I'm like, oh, good. So it was nice. It's nice to reconnect. I'd miss a lot of the girls from the old day, back in the day. All right, so there's that piece there. All right, we had 5 in that section. Okay, here's 2. All right, then we have this one. And this section here, that's where we're doing this one with the 3. So this is 3, then we have 4, and we have 5. Okay, so I have 5 in this section and 4 in the other. So we'll add hymn paper to the other section, okay? All right, sounds good. We're shaking and baking, you guys. Yeah, exactly. And you know, I'm just glad for the friendships that I did retain, because I did make a lot of really good friendships in that group. And I'm not saying anything bad about any group or anything. Just sometimes it's not for you. You know, it's not the place God has you. God wants you somewhere else. And had that not happened, I wouldn't have started my Facebook page, and I would have met so many other wonderful ladies too. So sometimes God takes us out of one area to drop us down into another so that we can continue to grow and make friends and all of that stuff. And I don't wish anyone any bad or anything like that. So it's all good. All right, so there we go. So there's 2. And then we had 3. Wait, I thought I said 5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this one here, this one is the one that needs these. And that's going to be probably our centerpiece. So you still have washi tape, right? My gosh, you know, that was like in the day, and we're going back like 2012, okay? Washi tape was huge. That was like a big deal, you guys. Everybody used washi tape. Bible journaling, all kinds of stuff. You used it everywhere. Me, I am not a huge fan of washi. Even though I have a whole entire rack of it. Maybe I need to put some in my mystery bundles. So if you're not following me on Facebook, tomorrow at 11, if you want to come check it out, we're going to have a sale tomorrow at 11. And I think if we get this kind of to a finished state, this will go up in that auction tomorrow. All right, so there we go. And I like to leave room for people to do their own thing in it too. That's just me though. Okay, so here's one signature. That has 5 in it. Okay, this one here has 4 in it. So we're going to put a piece of hymn paper. And just look at how nice and like it's already chubby, you guys. And I'm liking that. I'm liking that all nice and full. And full and fun. So we have this one. I do like folding these in half to create the center section of a book. Okay, so if I tear this at the top, what's going to happen is it's going to maybe what I need to do is this. Hang on. Let's take this. Let's do it this way. Let's take this piece here and let's cut this to 6 inches. 6 by 8. We'll just fold it in half. You know what? Let's just go. Let's do this. 6 by 8. Let's fold this in half and let's rip it. Okay, I like to rip it, rip it. Sing with me. Because I feel like we just maybe don't quite have enough torn stuff in here. Okay, and then we have this that we can do for our inside piece there. So let's just do this. We're going to take this and we're going to rip it right there. And then we're going to rip it right down the center, you guys, right where I had it folded. And we're going to do this one here. and this one here so that you can still see all of the, now it's missing part of it, okay? So don't get too excited, but that's okay. So that's going to go in there, and then we can take a piece of this, okay? And let's do this. So let's do this over here. Okay, and then we have this one here that we can do over here. And that'll look good in the center signature. That's where that's going to go, in the first section. In the second signature. I mean, this first signature right in the center. That's where we're going to put it. Wait, getting my words all mixed up there, you guys. Antique music sheet. I know it is very fragile. When I bent that music sheet, it actually cracked. So, makes me a little nervous. But that's okay. And, you know, if you really wanted to, you could rip off some of the edge here just to give it more of that, like, ripped up, vintage kind of piece. And we're going to put it right there, you guys. Right along the edge there. I did want to get some music paper in it, so I'm glad that I did. You guys all see okay? You guys got me on big enough TVs? I still think it's funny, you guys. I do. I still think it's funny. So I did let some of the white edge kind of hang off where it's torn there. Just, you can ink that if you want to. That's entirely up to you. There was some music paper that I got one time, and someone sent it to me in Happy Mail. And even to tear it, it was so brittle. It just crumbled into pieces. And so you do have to be careful with some book page when you're going to use it, that it may actually do that. So, okay, so there's what we have. Okay. So we have 2 signatures. And let's see, I had some thread. I'm not sure where I did with it. I might have to go grab it. Where are you? Where are you, pretty thread? Oh, brother. It is buried, you guys. The thread I have in here. Oh. Give me a second. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. I think we could use some of this. That would work. Just because it would look kind of pretty. Let's see. Let's give this a spin. Sounds like someone's here. I'm just checking in my drawers here to see if I have more thread. I do. I have some right here. And now listen, for this, you can use an awl to poke your holes. But let me just tell you, when you do poke them for your signature, you guys, you don't have to poke them in this. You only have to be poking in here because this is lace. So that's one of the kind of nice, beautiful things about this. So all you got to do is just poke your holes. Poke your holes. Okay. There's 2. Down here's 3. Don't poke your hand. Okay. Just like that. Let's thread up some. Thread up some. So let me get I had a pair of scissors out. All right. Then we have this. And we're going to take this and scoot this through here like that. And then all we have to do is sew this signature into this book right here, right? So just line it up where you want it to kind of go for that first piece, okay? And just hold it in place, all right? Now all I got to do is go up to my top hole up here and kind of see, you'll be able to see, if your lace is lacy enough, you'll be able to kind of see through there. All the way to the bottom. Going out through that lace. And then I'm coming back up through my centerpiece, up through the center. Make sure you go on the opposite side of your thread there. Okay. Then all you got to do is tie it. Nice and tight. Ooh, it sounds like we have some motorcycles sneaking past out there. Give it a good tight knot, okay? Now, I haven't decided if I want to let some things hang out the bottom of the book or not. I kind of like that, but I get that's sort of my style and not everyone else's. Okay, so we just want to get this sort of lined up here. Let's scoot that up a bit. I'd rather that be out at the top up there. Okay, so we're going in the center here, down to the bottom, down here, and just going up here on the top, okay? And then do the same thing. Grab some thread and stitch it on up, you guys. So tell me in the comments, what's your style when you're doing a junk journal? Are you doing something that's farmhouse? Are you doing something that's vintage? Are you eclectic, meaning you like to mix up all different kinds of styles? What's your style? Like, what's your thing? Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that too. Like, what's your thing? All right, so here's our threaded piece. And here's our piece here. And we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of line it up where you want it to go in the book. Okay. And we're going out through the bottom. Out through the center. I'm coming up through the top, you guys. Up through the top. And we're going all the way to the bottom. And when you're going out of the bottom of that second one, be careful that you're going out through the, off that side of that lace at the bottom down there. Yikes. It's slipping around because otherwise your signature isn't going to stay in its lane. It's going to go wherever it wants to, right? So just pull this back and then we're going right out through that center piece again. Okay. Let's just give this a nice snug tug, you guys. A nice snug and tug. I have a hard time mixing styles. Well, it's okay, like, to mix styles. I mean, like, different journals. Okay. I am not a mix it all different, like, I wouldn't want to do this farmhouse and vintage and Victorian and all of the things. I kind of really just want it to be just what it is. Now, you could add more lace over the top. You could leave this. I like it. It's fine. To me, it's good. And I like it. And I do think I want to go ahead and find some things to just sort of like hang out down there at the bottom. So what are some things vintage people have happening? First of all, there's a ballerina. I don't know if I want to do ballerina or not. But here's a button. We can definitely use a button. Here's another button. This is a bulb pin with a little cross. I got plans for that. Here's a little charm. I will hold you in my heart until I hold you in heaven. That's kind of a pretty saying. I don't know how I quite feel about that. If this wasn't a journal for, here's a key. We can add a key. If it was a journal that was not, like, if it was for, listen, I know what I'm trying to say. If it was for a book that you could want to do a, someone passed away or whatever, then maybe yes, but I don't know. I'm a little bit reluctant about that. So I have a B. So I have a button and a button and a B and a key. And let's see what else we have. I have this box here. I was picking stuff up that I dropped on the floor throughout all kinds of like crafting things. And there was some jewelry pieces that I found on the floor. What does this say? I don't know what that says. This says love and be loved. That's pretty. Here's a butterfly. We could use a butterfly charm. This one here says, I don't like that saying, so it doesn't matter what it says. She believed she could, so she did. I kind of like this. That's a little big for that, but we could do something on the spine with that. We have this we could add. Oh my gosh, there's lots of things that we could do here. So sometimes it's just a matter of finding it, finding what you want to use, and then using it. So, those of you who just heard that noise, if you're not following me on Facebook, then you don't know. That noise is my husband. And he turns the faucet on and off outside. And that kind of looks like a brooch. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do here now that I have enough of things out here. So if you like something, you could do is you could take an extra frame and frame this out just to make her look a little more vintage and kind of cool. Larry and his spigot, yeah. You like using newsprint? Yeah, newsprint can be fun too. So, you can definitely create something kind of cool using frames, okay? So here's another frame. That just looks kind of, and you can use it or you cannot use it. It is entirely, that is a you choice. You guys choose what you like and don't like and what you want to use and you don't want to use, right? Because maybe you have something you like and you're like, I'm going to use that. And then maybe you have something the next time you go to use it and you're like, meh, I don't think so. So we can add some more lace along here if we wanted to do that. We can add lace along the edge. We can add lace along the inside, some of the pages, whatever we choose. Entirely up to you. A lot of this is a you thing, okay? So go to the center of your signature and decide what you want to add as kind of a hang down piece, okay? So if I want to take this one here, maybe I'm going to take the button. Listen, I might have to get my needle and thread out here to do this because my eyes, oh, my eyes are not so swell anymore. And just stitch. Oh, geez, that's not going to work because that needle is too big. Will it work on this one since I already have it threaded? Nope. Nope. All right, so let's just take this button and we're going to skadoot it through that hole, you guys. Somehow, we're going to make it happen. Sometimes it's a matter of getting your eyeballs screwed on straight to do it. Like there, okay? So I just skadooted that up there. And then I'm just taking my next piece, my charm, that I want to hang down out. And I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to just let that button just drop down to where the charm is, okay? So we're just going to take the charm. And we're going to tie it. And however long it lands, as long as it's outside of the book, I'm going to be happy. Happy, so happy. Okay, that person doesn't know I'm live over here. Hold on one second. There we go. Oh, there's someone else. There we go. Maybe we're going to get some new friends over here with us. All right, so we're just taking this and we're just going to tie this up right here. And the one person, I hope she comes and says hello because this is sort of kind of a little bit of her idea. So you can slide this down if you want, and you can even like tie this up a little higher to knot it so the button won't come down as far. if you like. I'm okay with them kind of hanging out there together. I think it looks kind of cool. And let's just right off the end there, you guys. You know Larry and his spigot sound. I know, right? He's every time I'm like, must you? Must you? Like, do you really have to? So here's this button. I'm going to save this for the signature in the back. But I have this little bee, and I think the bees are cute for these as well. And that can just, it doesn't have to be outside of the journal. If it, again, this one, wherever it lands, I don't like them to be exact length, but it can be. Mama Peas is in the house, you guys. Everybody say hi to Mama P. She's a good friend of mine, Cheryl. And if you see a creator on here commenting as their name, don't be afraid to go give them a subscribe, okay? All right, so there's those two pieces are dangling out. This one says love and be loved. And then we just have a bee. All right, so let's scoot to the back, to the back one back here. And we have a butterfly, we have a key, and we have a button, okay? So I think what I'm going to do is I think we're going to take this key and we're going to scoot that key up on there. Okay, we're going to take it up a pretty high. All right, and we're just going to tie this on here. So Miss Cheryl, I'm doing a book that's half inspired by Michelle, half inspired by you. Michelle taught us on her Facebook page how to make these journals using cards, using playing cards. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to get that through. This one, this blue button is kicking my butt. You found your friends. Yeah, they're not over on Facebook tonight. They're all over here with me. They're over here hanging out. All right, so there's the key and the button, and we're just going to give this a tie. And then let me show you the cover here. So just look at those things dangling and being all that. But here's what they chose. I let them pick between this and like a vintage wedding couple. And then we sewed in 2 signatures into this journal. Why do I feel like that is wonkadoodle? Well, maybe it is. Who knows, right? And so we sewed in 2 signatures. We used some of Twisted Paper Studio. We used some old pages, and we just put 5 sheets in each signature so that it wasn't too much for the book to handle. So we did 2 signatures, 5 each. So there's 10 pages in here for you to journal, to write in. And now we're just adding some fun little extra pieces to the band in the center. So we added some pockets, and we're going to come back to that, you guys. So this is kind of where we're at. And then what I did was on the back cover, we created our own cover, and I made that a pocket. So yeah, I know, right? This one is getting good. This one is getting real good, you guys. All right. This one I can probably run a needle through. So we got us a like hammered metal. No, that needle just was not wanting to do any of the things today. All right. There we go. Whew. So here we go. Work with me. Work with me, baby. All right, so who's going to try one of these? Who's going to go hunting for a vintage photo and do all the things? Now, listen, I know some people are going to be like, we don't like the charms. So if you end up purchasing this book and you're just absolutely, you do not like the charms, that's okay. You don't have to. You can actually, this is tied in a knot, so you can clip these off and add them wherever you want to. I just think that it just adds something to it. So now we have this piece here. There's that little cross, and there's this charm, but we already have a charm that says something, so I think I'm going to skip out on that one. But we have this and we have this. And I did have one that kind of looked like a brooch that I was maybe going to use. But I'm not sure where I stuck it. I stuck it somewhere. I'm not quite sure where it went. But so you can add things like this on here. And then we're just going to zip it through here. Just wherever you want it to go. It can go out on the spine out here. Kind of in between. Oh, come on. Oh, for Pete's sake. So, and then it just has that, you know, there's a cross, there's that, you know, maybe Aunt Tilly, this is what she brought with her, who knows. I am not good at giving them backstories, you guys. I just am not. Okay, so remember that date that we kind of saved? We're going to go ahead and we're going to rip this off of here. Okay. We're just going to rip it up. Now, I am not going to cover who this is down here. But I thought we could maybe add this on here and maybe kind of a just something extra. This says limited edition. That might be fun. There's a lot that say lucky, no joking. I have one that says lost, one that says found. This one says take risks. This one says be authentic. Just one life. Anybody got one that is kind of speaking to them? We got just one life. And we're just going to create kind of a little cluster. So just one life. Limited edition is a no. And then we got, so just one life, be authentic, or take risks. First one I see, that's what we're going to use, you guys. First one I see is what we're going to use. I was going to give her like this full-on skirt and stuff, but I decided not to do that. Just because I just felt like that was not part of what I wanted to do. But I can tell you, I have these like little doilies that remind me of like little hanky doilies. And we're going to tuck one of these inside so that whoever gets it can use it for whatever they want to. So let's see. Black and white photos of my grandma's family. Oh, you're going to make one? That's awesome. Old family photos. Yes. And you know what? These will make great Christmas gifts. I'm telling you, if you want to pass them along to like your family, these would make great, I think I'm just waiting to see. First one I see, that's what I want to use on there. Take risks. And then I was debating using some of this, a little piece of this on there, but I've changed my mind since then. Y'all are being quiet. Yes, Scanilla, have a good night's sleep. Y'all are being a little quiet for me. So I just have this little piece of hanky too that I just want to add as part of this. So we're going to add a little piece of this. You're all digging your stuff out. That's why you're all so quiet. So I think I'm going to do the just one life. And then here's the date. We're going to add the date on there, I think. I think I'm going to add the date. Maybe I'm like changing my mind now. Now that I added this up there. as everybody's skipping off to their closet, right, of stuff. Who's actually like ripping stuff out to do this? I'm not kidding. I'm just curious. All right, so we can do this. Kind of just tucked right on there. I like that. And I was going to add this. We can use this inside. That's not a big problem. It's okay if I don't use that. And that was just a piece of hanky, vintage hanky that I had. It's hard to chat while crafting, right? Exactly. It is. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, Miss Marilyn Whiting, I deleted your thing by accident. Oh, geez. And I don't know how to do it. I'm really sorry. Miss Marilyn, I did not mean to. I'm very new at this YouTube thing. So if you want to put your thing back in there, it is hard to type with. She's saying it's hard to type with one hand and do this. And here I am going and deleting her stuff. So I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. You can add some beads and some charms, whatever you like on there if you want. I brought out here earlier. Yep, and right there it is. This is a, it's a ribbon clip is what it's called. And you just squeeze them together, you guys. And whatever you have in there will clamp together. And it'll just look really kind of cool. So I think I want to do that. And then add this as part out there. And it'll just pull that all together. So. Ripping paper, right? Okay, so we're just going to give this all we need to do is give it a squeeze. We got to find a squeezer tool though. Oh, I have drawers and everything pulled out here, you guys, and I can't spin my spinny. All right, so all you need is an old pair of pliers, you guys, and just put your ribbon clamp and just give it a squeeze. Oh, you are. Okay, so then, you know what? I was going to put it right on there. So let's see. Okay, so that's just going to be what's hanging off of it. I'm not going to add anything extra. There we go. You can see, I know, you can see way more of it, right? It's like fisheye. Okay. So there we go. There's our little charm and our little piece of this. And this went flying everywhere. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to add this just one life on here. And then that's going to be all done. Here's our piece of fabric. Hold on. I have a piece of glue on there that was dry on the end of the thing. It was hanging out there. Okay, just one life. I do because I'm afraid, what I'm afraid of, Cynthia, is that I'm going to do too much. And then you won't be able to do all the things. So I was thinking of putting something sparkly on there, but I don't think maybe I ought to. I think maybe I should just leave it that this looks good like this, okay? So you can add a closure of whatever type that you want with this. Entirely up to you, okay? So if you decide, oh yeah, I want a closure that is this, you can do that. Okay, so this back here, this is a pocket. So I want to create something to go down inside of there. Just using maybe something that's laying around here. Well, these are all not cardstock. So let me grab a piece of white. And that is like 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to cut it down to 3 3 3/4 and then go from there. because I think that should fit in there. Nope. We're going to do 3.5, you guys. So we got 3.5. That's going to scoot down inside of there. Let me get a pencil. And we're going to cut it off at about right there. I know I'm going to have to, if I'm going to do videos, or I'm going to keep my desk more cleaned off, right? So this is then going to slip down inside of there. Sometimes you have to work it a little bit to get it, that it'll move smoothly in and out. That's okay. Just like so. And that's a little, we can trim some of this off yet. That's right at 6 inches, you guys. Okay, so then all you need is just something decorative to add on there, right? It could be something that you tore. You can tear something to decorate it, whatever you like. So this measured, what did I say that was? 3.5. So we need 3.25, you guys. 3.25. Stick that over there. At least now when you can see more of my work surface, when I say, hey, where did I put that? You guys can at least see where I laid something down at. Ah! Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So we can add this on here like so. Right? And then we can take a piece of this fabric from the cover, and we can add it as kind of a loop-de-doop, right? So a little pull, and it's going to look really pretty at the top up there. So let's add this. So we're adding this on here, like so. I'm keeping the back side open for writing on, journaling on, all those things. Okay, so what I do want to do though, you guys, is I did a little tear down there by accident. So let's just cover that with something. So it wouldn't be me if I had a clean desk. Listen, but sometimes you guys, you don't see it like over here, beyond here, and stuff is literally like falling off the end. I'm not even kidding. Like, it just does happen that way. All right, so if we add this down at the bottom down here as something decorative, that would be okay. You can also take pieces of your whatever. You can add that as on there. Just, no, you can't. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. If you add anything bulky on here, you're going to have trouble slipping it in and out. So don't do that. The paper will be okay, though. Oh, and you know what? We had this lady. Yes. Let's use this lady, you guys. My goodness, I almost forgot about her. And we're just going to make kind of a cluster in the bottom corner down there with this and this. And then we can just do a little scrap so that we're doing something in threes, just like that. Right? Okay, don't rip her head off, Jimmy, though. Okay. All right, so here's our little lady, and this, just like that, and then we have our little vintage lady here. Okay, just like that. Right? Doesn't that look pretty? I think it looks pretty. Okay, so then we have this. We can take this and we can just fold this around the top up here. And the reason I'm doing this is I want this book to have some stuff sticking up out of it, right? So here's my stapler. I almost was like, well, you guys can see more. Where's my stapler? So So just like so, right? And then when this is in this pocket, that's going to be sticking up out of the top of the book, and it's going to match this, it's going to match that, and we have all that hanky stuff, right? Okay, so you can add a charm, buttons, beads, whatever you want onto the top of that. Right now, I'm just more interested in seeing what it looks like as far as like how deep down it is, right? Because if it's too deep, then you're going to have some trouble. So you know how we have the bee sticking off the bottom down there? Let's just take one of these bees and let's just make a little charm, right? That we can put on the pole at the top up here. Just like that, right? Or, you know what? Hold on a second. I have a better idea. Hold on. Jimmy's got it. We got black and this and this. So let's just do this. Let's flip this on here like this. And this on here like this. And then we're just going to take this and we're going to go this direction with it. Right across. Ouch. Got my finger. You think all my lives are awesome. I don't know about all of them. Oh, I clipped it. Okay. So then when those little charms dangle down off to the side, we have that kind of, just look at how cute that is, right? We have these and all's well, and we're doing good. Okay. So inside here, we have this. So we have a couple of choices. We can create a fabric pocket. We can create a paper pocket. Not fabric, a lace pocket. We can take some lace and we can create a kind of cool pocket there. And so give me 1 second. Okay. Let me see what I have that I want to use. And we have this. This stuff is pretty. And so that way we don't lose kind of the back part of the picture. And we can use this right there, and that's going to look good. And I'm liking that. I think that's going to be a good piece for this. All right, let's trim this off right between here, you guys. Okay. And then I also have, I have a bunch of these like fabric thingies. And I just kind of like them tucked in different places. You can also just take them and just place them in between there and just let them go with the book, because someone might have an idea what they want to do with it. You can also take these, cut them, and create pockets. So we could create a pocket with just that part there. But I'm liking this. I think we're going to use this. And this, I'll just go ahead and I'm going to tuck it in here, you guys. Oh, I know where I can tuck it in. No, wait. If we go back here into the center one here, we can take this and we can tuck it right in there. Look at that. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. All right. Here we go. Who likes that idea of tucking little hanky-like things here and there? At least I talked to you, right? I like talking to my friends, though. All right, so I'm going to let this stick out a little bit below down here. And let's just give this some glue. I think that's probably enough for what I need. I just want to let it stick out. You don't have to. If that's not your thing, then don't do it. I also have... Not that. Where is it? Hang on a second, you guys. I have some kind of dainty lace here. Just some kind of white dainty lace that we can just do here and here, and it'll kind of smooth out the edges a little bit. That's been kind of my thing lately too, giving smooth edges. All right. And then we're going to take this piece here and we're going to glue it on there. But what we have to do is we have to stick something in there, because if we're going to glue that down, what can end up happening is it can glue straight through and then you won't have a pocket. So be sure that you're not doing like pockets, okay? Or gluing down your pockets. You don't want to do that. That's bad news, right? But I do like the edge of that lace just hanging off the bottom down there. All right, so here's a piece of this. And I like mixing metals. I like mixing laces. I think it just, it enhances it because you know what? Sometimes dresses have a lot of different laces to them. And I think they're cute like that. I really do. All right, let's add this one right there. I almost lost it, you guys. Just like that. Okay. And then we're just going to add this. This is a little date piece. And we're just going to add it right on there. Now, I'm not going to go crazy with the Fabri-Tac glue because I don't want it to really get stuck. I want it to stick to the fabric, but not so much to the piece of paper that's behind there. Okay, so just like that. And then if you want to add some buttons or things like that, you know, root out the old button jar. And my buttons are all a mix, you guys. Some of them are old. Some of them are not so old. I kind of like that one, you guys, but it's big. No big ones, Jimmy Lou. You only like it because it had thread in it already. Look at this one. This one has some thread in it. It's kind of crystal. That one is just a plain one. What else do we got in here, you guys? You could add a little flower if you want, or some kind of little charm. Entirely up to you guys. Whatever you decide. It's your book. I mean, there's no rules to junk journaling. I mean, I guess there's some basic rules. But there's no real rules that says, hey, you can't do this because, you know, you probably could. You know, I think I'm going to put the half naked button on there at the bottom. A little half naked one, okay? What do you guys think of that? I know it's a little hard to see, but when it's closer, you really can see it good. You can also do something. Where are all of those from earlier? You know, we have some cool tags and stuff that can get tossed in this book if we like. But there was kind of a cool thing that I had earlier. This. Look at this. Isn't that kind of cool? And so you can add something like this. I don't think it's going to fit now because I already have that glued down. But you could have definitely did something like that. But it's anything I do now is just going to stick out there. But we can add a button on here and that's not going to hurt anything. Okay, so right there, just drop that button into place and just let it live there, you guys. But now you have this pocket. Whoops, stick it in the glue. And you can add journaling cards, tags, whatever you like in there. Some of these are kind of pretty from that vintage set that I had earlier that I showed on my page. And you can just tuck kind of things like that in there and it looks really pretty. Then we have all of these places for photos and things like that. So you have all those places to do whatever it is that you like in this book. And then when you get to this part here, we have that tucked in there. Let's just, let's tuck one of these. Oh, you know what? I have these. We can use these and just tuck one of these in there. One of these lady cards. And let her kind of stick out and let that hanky kind of just stick out up there. And then you can do something over here too that's kind of like that if you want to, you know, just make it that there's some lady pictures in there. And then, you know, you have this for writing and photos and all this stuff. And that's it, you guys. That is it. We did journal to journal in no time, you guys. Okay, what's everybody chatting about? Let's see. I use plastic dividers when I work. The multiple pages and glue isn't fully dry. Yeah, absolutely. Parchment paper, that also works. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you're almost done with your journal. You should do a live on YouTube here, Cynthia, and show us your journal when you're all done. Should you move the paper a couple of times to make sure it doesn't stick? Yes, Becky Smith, you should totally do that. You want to give it just a couple of jiggles. Now, I'm pretty sure that's dry enough that it's not going to stick, so I'm pretty confident in leaving these things in there, okay? So you can add some fabric swatches if you want to put, you know, some more fabric in there. Hang on one second. Let me show you kind of what I'm talking about. But if I rip this the rest of the way, I have this kind of fabric swatch type thing. I didn't put anything hanging out the edge out there, but you could. You could add some laces, some trims. Just glue it up, guys. Just glue it in there. But what did I do with that? So if I have a piece of this kind of lacy stuff, I can go to that pocket. There's that one. I can go to this pocket and I can tuck this, that it's kind of sticking out, and that looks kind of cool too. I wanted to do some stuff along the edges and I just didn't do it, you guys. I forgot along these straight edges here. So kind of like this, just add whatever, wherever. Whatever you want, add it wherever you want and add it whenever you want, okay? And maybe you don't like something, that's okay. You don't have to do it. But I like when stuff kind of sticks out the edge of a book. Lacy stuff and pieces of fabric like this. So if I do one there and I do one back here, that's going to make me happy. My glue machine battery needs charged again. You guys, I go through batteries so much here. So just let things kind of do whatever they want. Use fabrics that you used throughout the rest of the book. So like even if you have pieces like this, you can take a piece like this and you can wrap it around like that. Grab your stapler and just give it a staple, right? Just let it do it. Let it have some things sticking out. Let's get some lace. We need some lace, you guys. Some pretties. Here's a piece here. Here's a piece here that we just have. This is hanging out down here. I like that. So kind of wherever you have something straight, don't be afraid to add some lace along it, right? Don't be afraid to add lace up the middle of things and let stuff stick out the top. That all works too. I'm in the process of organizing my lace, which is a nice thing to do. I got some nice like a vintage sewing lady that looks like they look like dresses, but they look like sewing cards that you flip lace around, and it just looks really pretty. So see how like that just gives it that little extra. I kind of like that. You could do it along the back edge back here and really put some lace on that one if you like really get you some stuff going on. This would have been cool on there too. Well, so much for that. That's out the window. Let me get a piece of this. This will look good, I think. And I was going to say, look at this. I so want to do something. I kept this off of a dress that I took the laces off of. And I so want to do something with this on the cover of a book. This might have been really cool as part of the edge there. But anyways, so I have this kind of blue. This matches. And let's just grab some for this section. Right? And just let it hang out, you guys. Yo, hello, that was warm. I got a bunch of tea bags for packaging. Oh, cool. Yeah, absolutely. And then we have this one we can add up here. Right. And I don't know. I just think it's looking really pretty. I think I want to add, I put that there. And we have this one here. And I think I just want to get something kind of flowy. Lacy. And I do like mixing the laces, you guys. I think that's a lot of fun to do. So, and don't be afraid to let things stick up out of the top. If that's what you want. It's your book. And again, no rules. Right? No rules. All right, so let's talk about how I want to package this up, because I think I want to package this some way. Now, where's that big old button? Here's that big old button, you guys. It's going in. This big button's going in here, you guys, just because I want it to. I just think it's cool. I just think it's cool, so I want to totally do it, right? Okay, so then here's the book. So if I was going to package this kind of a way that I just want to make it look pretty, I can do a couple of things. I can take my leftover piece of this and I can kind of bandana it, and we could tie it. We could tie her up like this. Okay. So, but tie it in a way so that way you're not covering her face or any of your like extras. Okay, that's one thing that you could do. You could take some lace or some tulle. This is tulle. And I'm going to use a piece of tulle for this. But, you know, if you have scarves and you're using scarves in it, that's fine. But look at, let's do this. We're going to do 1, 2. Right, and then I'm coming around this side just like so, and we're going to tie this in kind of a bow right off the side here. Now I like using the tulle, you guys, because it's not covering anything, and we can have big and loopy, and this is really just more about presentation than it is. It's this part here is not functional at all. It serves no purpose other than it just looks pretty all tied up and wrapped up like that, just like so. And we can do, we have one little gold thing there. You can tuck things in if you want to do that. That's a piece of that. I'm actually going to tuck it inside into the pocket, but I want to put something on the, as just, you know, pretty, because I can, for one, but I gotta see what I want to put. Sometimes it takes a little digging in the drawer. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I do some kind of cool things though, like, quite honestly, look at that. Now it's kind of big, but that would look kind of cool on there. Let me see if I have something a little smaller. Here's like a straight stick pin. That would have been really kind of cool along the edge there. Should have looked in here a bit ago, and I didn't, you guys. And I didn't. Let's see what I have here. We could add something like that. Found something. Okay, so this is just, you know, for decoration, really. And we're just going to clip this little pin on there. And that's just presentation, because presentation is everything, darling. And there we go. That's it. Cover to cover in an hour and a half. An hour and a half, we did cover to cover on a functional junk journal that you can take, create, make some of your own things with it. So tell me in the comments, what do you think? If you are watching on the replay, kindly let us know that you're watching on the replay. Give me some thumbs up, you guys. Like this video. Share out this video. I keep forgetting I'm not on Facebook. And look at, we mixed up our metals. We have golds, we have silvers, we have, that vintage kind of look happening. We got charms, we got laces, we got this has all the makings of a really nice journal. I'm really pleased with it. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me tonight. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Remember to always be kind, you guys, because you never know what someone's going through. And I'm going to see you all on Tuesday, next week on Tuesday. I'm going to see you all. We're going to craft something together again. If you have any suggestions of something you'd like to see, a technique or just something fun to do, just drop me a private message, you guys. And I will see you guys all really, real soon. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you real soon. Bye, guys. I have to always remember how to close this out, though. There we go.